What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. This is a Russian update. This is kind of a week 2 update and kind of just talking about my plans going forward. This challenge is going to be more so about just learning Russian over the course of 3 months, or how, not necessarily learning it in 3 months, because I know I can't learn it in 3 months, but how much you can obtain in 3 months. And I'm going to start using some different sources I already have. If you follow me on Twitter, which is at Seabolt Speaks, I started using more sources because Babbel is really, really good, but I think it would be more beneficial for a Romance language or a language that uses a standard Latin alphabet, because a lot of their stuff is typing. Now, it doesn't really hinder me, except it bothers me seeing that I miss so many questions, because so much of Babbel is, if, for example, I can't even think of an example right now. Как тебе зовут? So like, what is your name? It'll say like как and then blank and then zovut. And if you didn't know how to spell tibia, you would get it wrong. Even if you know what the word is, because it's not like I think for a language that uses a different script than standard Latin, or if you're Russian and you are learning English or Spanish or whatever, if it uses a different alphabet, I think that they should always have the letters up there. Russian spelling is so insane to me, like with the hard and soft sign, which don't even make a sound, and then sometimes there's just consonants and you just don't even pronounce them, and it's a little, like, it's really confusing sometimes. With Russian, the big thing is, normally, like through Spanish, I obtain a lot through reading, and it's because I use Link a lot for Spanish, and it's because Spanish is so similar to English that you can pick up a lot. With a language like Russian, I really, really need to listen to it to hear it, and it's because pronunciation a lot of times is different, like depending on where the stress is. So like, just because it's an O in Russian doesn't mean it's going to be, it's just like English, but like, just because it's an O doesn't mean it's going to be pronounced that way. Like, it could be pronounced ah or something like that. So I want to start listening, and I've started using a couple of other sources. I still use Babbel, absolutely. I use Babbel, try to use it every day. Like, I still want it to be a core of it, because that's kind of what I wanted to do with this challenge. But I started using Pimsleur because I love Pimsleur. I love listening. I know a lot of people are pretty negative on Pimsleur and say that it's really, really boring, but every day at work on lunch, I walk just to get, like, I count steps, and it's helped me lose weight. I'm down 55 pounds, so whatever, but like, so I do that, and when I walk, instead of just walking in silence, or I'm not really a big fan of listening to music when I walk. I know that's stupid, but I'm just not, because I like to be able to hear my surroundings. Like, I get really weirded out if I can't. So with Pimsleur, I just put one earbud in, and I can hear and listen, but I can also still be coherent of what's happening around me. So I've been using Pimsleur, and then I started italki lessons. I take 2 Russian classes a week, starting this week, so it's not like I've been doing it for a long time. But I found a great teacher who is just really, really good with teaching, I guess, which is the point. So I have learned a couple new things, like I can say just some different things, like I understand, or I speak, or I can ask if you speak. Like, if I was in Russia and I was just absolutely lost, I could tell someone, "Я не понимаю по-русски," and then I could ask them, like, what is it, Grove, говорите английский, like, do you speak English? And and then I can also say, like, я немного понимаю по-русски, like, I understand a little Russian, and whatever. Or if somebody asks, like, вы понимаете по-русски, I could tell them не очень хорошо, like, which is like not very much. Like, so I've learned a little bit of stuff, and I'm still adding vocabulary. I have about probably close to 150 cards in my Quizlet deck, and I know probably 95% of them. So I have a decent base of vocabulary, but the issue is with Russian, you can't just string a bunch of crap together. Like, right now I know a bunch of nouns, and I'm just getting into verbs, and like, just the way the grammar is, it works so much differently. So it's kind of, it's a struggle, but I do know a bunch of words, and I am continuing to progress. Reading it has become a lot easier. I can read it, but I can't really write it. It's kind of like when I would study Japanese. I can read hiragana, I can read katakana, Probably not as fast as English, but very, very close. Like I can read them very, very well. But I can't duplicate those. I can't write them. Even if it's like, if typing it, like if I'm typing, I can because the way that the sounds work in Japanese. But in Russian, like I said, it's so confusing. Like especially when you have like I could not. If you told me I had to, I could not spell "здравствуйте," which is hello. I could not. I know it's the da sound, or it's the 3, which is Z, and then it's the da sound, and then there's a bunch of consonants, and then there's sounds that you pronounce that really aren't even there. I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at. But it's still going really, really well. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. Honestly, 5 minutes, 40 seconds. I might do another speaking video in the next couple of days. Try to get a couple more updates up. But that is kind of the update right now. We're going really, really well. I did start using Busu as well. And honestly, I think part of my issue with Busu in Spanish is that I just took a placement test. So I didn't really get everything. And it kind of guesstimated where I was. Doing Russian from the beginning has been amazing because I'm learning the curriculum. Plus, the biggest issue with the Spanish is I've learned Latin American Spanish my entire life up until I started using Busu, which teaches European Spanish. So I guess maybe that plays into effect as well. I'm sure Russian has dialects, but I don't think it's quite like the way that Spanish is. But yeah, so that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next update.